Hello everyone, this is Komal and today we are going to discuss the last chapter for Geography class 8, chapter number 3, migration. So firstly, I will introduce this term, what is a migration. Migration, that is a movement or the movement of people from one place to another. When people are moving or shifting from one place to another, that is called the migration. So simple definition they have given here. It is the movement of people from one place to another. So this movement may be for the permanent as well as for the temporary settlement. Sometimes people are moving for permanent residence and sometimes for temporary purpose they are moving from one place to another for business purposes like that. So the movement of people can be within a country, can also be across the borders of one's native country. Within a country and outside the country, out of a country, two types of migrations are there. Migration can also take place in large group, family unit, or in an individual level too. Then nomadic tribes which move from one place to another are not considered to be the migrants. Nomadic peoples like tribes, you have seen the Gujar people, they are moving from one place to another, but that is not called as a migration, or they are not known as the migrants because they will not settle in one place, or their movement is just a seasonal from during the seasonal time, during the one season they are settled in somewhere other place and afterward they shift to other place. So that is not called place. So that is not called migrant. Now, similarly, people traveled for business, leisure are also regarded as the migration. Leisure means for the free time they are shifting from one place to another for enjoyment purpose. That is not called the migration. That is just they are going for a trip and they do not travel with the intention of living or settling at these visited places. So migration takes place with the settlement, or when you shifted from one place to another for the temporary or for the permanent purpose. Then migration can be voluntarily, that is when a person relocates to another place for better lifestyle. And migration can also be forced when a person or a group of people have to leave due to the political instability in their native country or to the uncontrolled spread of epidemic condition, the disaster condition like earthquake, tsunami, etc. Then here are some reasons that why people migrate from one place to another. So first reason is for economical, environmental, social, cultural or political reasons. Economical reasons, financial condition they are having, sometimes they are getting very poor financial conditions, so at that time they are migrating from one place to another. Environment is not suitable for their living, so they are migrating. Social, cultural or political reasons. Then another reason is migration can be voluntary or forced, temporary or a permanent, national or international. All these types are the migration types. Then social, cultural or political reasons. Then another reason is migration can be voluntary or forced, temporary or a permanent, national or international. All these types are the migration types. Then population movements are driven and sustained by the potential push and pull forces due to the imbalance in economic activities. Sometimes the conditions are getting worse in one country or in one nation, so that's why people are forced to move from one place to another. That is the reason for their migration. So here is the next topic, push factor and pull factor. These are the two factors which are responsible for migration. Push factors which are pushing a person from one place to another for getting job, like they are moving away, for instance persecution, unemployment and poverty condition. So that's why people are pushing to the person to migrate from one place to another. Next is pull factor, that means a place outside of the migrant's home to attract individual to a new location. When attraction is there and persons are attracting toward the necessities or the facilities over that area, so at that time people are pulling toward the new nation for the new place. For example, political asylum, promotion or a high living standards in another area. Next is a type of migration. Type of migration, there are various types. So basically they have given the two important types, emigration and immigration. What is emigration? Emigration means the movement of people out of a country, and the people who are migrating are referred to as the emigrants. Emigrants are the people, those are migrating within people out of a country. So emigration. is known as. On the other hand, immigration is the people move into a country. That means in a country, when you are moving from one state to another, or in rural area to rural area to urban area, that is called the immigration. They are called the immigrants. Their movement is legal, and there are some people who enter a country illegally, and they are called illegal immigrants. And many people try to cross the United States borders from Mexico. They have given just example for the people, those who are moving from one country to another illegally. Next is refugees. This is also a type of migrant. Refugees are those persons who are not having permanent shelter in a particular place, and this refugee condition occur when a country is facing war condition or precaution or natural disasters time. So you have seen this example of refugees when 1947 the partition of India and Pakistan happened. At that time, the people, those who came from Pakistan side, they are refugees here in India. Afterward, they get permanent shelter and they become the permanent residents in India. Next is, here is the table for the top 10 countries in terms of migration. First one is United States, and another the top destination country from Mexico. Then Russian Federation from India, Germany, Russian Federation, Saudi Arabia, China, Canada, Ukraine. Like that, you have given one table here. This activity you have to solve by your own. Which two countries figure in both the list? The two countries which are both in the list. Also discuss in class as to why the names of these two countries occur in both. Why the name of those two countries happen in both time. So you have to do this activity by your own here. This activity you have to solve by your own. Which two countries figure in both the list? The two countries which are both in the list. Also discuss in class as to why the names of these two countries occur in both. Why the name of those two countries happen in both time. So you have to do this activity by your own. Next is urban-rural migration. What is urban-rural migration? It occurs within a country and it is also known as internal migration. Internal migration, when people are moving from rural sector to urban sector, or you can say from village area to city area. That is the internal migration of a rural urban migration. Rural urban migration is connected with the migration of labor and a career change from agriculture. Sometimes people are feeling not comfortable with agriculture activities or occupation. They want to change their occupation, so that's why they are moving from rural area to urban area, so that they can get better job in the city area. So here are the reasons why they are moving. First one, no jobs or insufficient job in the rural area. Then mechanization of agriculture, where machines take over the work on the farms and less work is available for the people. So that's why they are moving from village to urban. Then rates of payment in rural areas are lower than the cities. A lack of infrastructure in the forms of healthcare and education in rural area, and hope for the better future in terms of higher wages and improved lifestyle. The next thing is rural-urban migration result in the following three outcomes, and the first outcome is urban growth. Firstly, because of the migration from rural area, urban sectors are having more growth than the rural sectors, which means that towns and cities are spatially expanding, and they are covering the increasing area of land, mainly because there are areas enough housing facilities in the city itself. Then next is urbanization, which refers to the fact of significant increase in the proportion of people living in city in the total population. It is the increase in the proportion of people living in cities, that is the urbanization. Next is rural depopulation, which means that large number of working age people migrate from the countryside means from village side, to earn more money in the city. So that's why rural population becomes very less. So that is rural depopulation. One positive aspect is also there, that rural urban migration also, once these migrants settle in the cities, they send home money. Afterward, they settle down, they send money to the village area, to their family, so afterward they can make their life easier. Next is Delhi and the migrant population. You know, one fact is there that Delhi received the largest flow of migrants elsewhere any other state of India, Delhi receiving the largest flow of migrant. So because of that, it has got so many drawbacks. Any other state of India, Delhi receiving the largest flow of migrant. So because of that, it has got so many drawbacks too, and some benefits also for people. So here are the effects of migrants in Delhi. So first one is mass migration inversely impact the capital city. Firstly, Delhi now has more number of slums, unauthorized areas. Slum areas, I will show you one picture over here. The picture given in your book, slum area in Delhi. You can see the condition of slum area in Delhi. Here is no proper irrigation facility, no household facility. Even people are living in a very dirty place, and they are forced to live in these kind of areas. So these areas are called unauthorized areas, are called slum areas. JJ clusters, juggies. And it is estimated that more than half of the population of India reside in the unauthorized colonies, or you can say the slums areas. The next thing is the crime rate and other social issues are also increased in Delhi due to the slum condition in Delhi area. Then it is also said that with certainty that migration is the sole reason for all this, but definitely there is a connection among all these. Next is effects of migration in China. Firstly, they given the effects of migration in Delhi. Now the China part. China's economic transformation since 1978 has been remarkable, including incredibly rapid growth of China's cities. And the effects of migration on China are as follows. The first point is, over the last several decades, employment opportunities generated by the industrialization and expansion of the urban construction and services sectors are also increased, along with the gradual relaxation of controls. Next, it is well understood that the flow of cheap labor out of agriculture to non-agriculture sector improves economic efficiency. Then mass migration also impact on rural development in the number of ways. Rural development suddenly stops when mass migration happen of the skilled workers. So changes in household age and gender structure and off-farm income also. Then urban to urban migration. Firstly, we discussed the rural to urban. Now urban to urban migration. Urban to urban migration occur when a person moves from one urban area to another urban area. It is known fact that the majority of population in a country is largely urban based, and this population is continuing. Urban to urban move is basically influenced by the economic factors. When they are thinking that economic factors are not suitable in one urban area, so that's why they are moving to the another urban area which is highly developed. So here are the reasons for that. First one, job opportunities, like transfer from one location to another. They can get change of job, high salary or perks also. Then education, moving for the higher studies, they are eventually settled down in the same city afterward. Then healthcare facilities, there are many retired people who move to their native place or hill stations after retirement choose to move back for the superior medical facilities available in the cities.